The Doc vs Twitch saga continues as the two-time gets hit with another ban hammer. Also, say what you will about this YouTuber, but his Pokemon trading card game pulls are straight up shiny. This is SVG News, and the Doctor is in.
You think I give a
It's no big secret that some Pokemon cards are worth a lot more than the paper they're printed on. Some of the most expensive Pokemon cards can fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. There are even some hidden gem Pokemon cards that'll net you a pretty penny. Maybe not enough to buy a new house, but at least enough to purchase a PlayStation 5 from a scalper. Yes, that is still very much a thing.
They won't stop. They're never gonna stop.
Controversial YouTuber Logan has recently developed an affinity for opening new Pokemon card packs. During a live stream back on February 27th, which he opened by appearing in a Charizard suit, Paul tore into what he claimed was a $1 million first edition Pokemon box. Joined by Ken Golden of Golden Auctions, Paul discovered in real time just what each pack contained. To say he got incredibly lucky with some of his pulls, well...
Now that is the understatement of this still very young century.
To start, Paul was fortunate enough to land a holographic Chansey that Golden believed could be worth between $40,000 and $50,000.
The Chansey! What are the chances? Chance? Wow!
A few packs later, Paul hit the jackpot by uncovering a holo Charizard, which Golden stated could be, quote, the first $1 million card. That was actually the first of 2 holo Charizards Paul ended up with. Just to give you an idea of how the stream went, he went on to add a holo Venusaur, a holo Blastoise, and a number of other very valuable cards. According to a tweet Paul sent after the event had wrapped up, he'd pulled $2 million of cards in terms of their estimated worth. Considering he spent well over $1 million to acquire the box, he could end up with a tidy profit if all those sought-after cards he nabbed sell at their peak price. It's worth keeping in mind this stream and the purchase of the box wasn't without risk. If Paul hadn't landed some of those top dollar cards, he could have certainly lost money. At this point though, it is looking like his investment paid off. It'll be interesting to see what Paul ultimately gets for his new collection of ultra rare Pokemon cards. For instance, will either of his holo Charizards actually rake in $1 million? It sounds as though Paul will be teaming up with Golden Auctions to sell the cards at some point in the future. When that happens, fans will get to see whether or not the YouTuber is able to make history.
Good things do happen to bad people!
Dr. Disrespect has found himself banned yet again. This time, however, the Doc has been barred from participating in a major Call of Duty tournament. The Toronto Ultra Call of Duty tournament, which kicked off today and runs through tomorrow, will be sending 36 teams into public Warzone lobbies, where they will then battle it out for a $100,000 grand prize. Last year's winner was Team Aidan, which was comprised of Aidan, Huskers, and Dr. Disrespect's regular Warzone partner, ZLaner. Unfortunately for any fans who were looking forward to seeing Doc and ZLaner dominate the competition together this year, the tournament organizers have made the decision to leave Dr. Disrespect on the bench. ZLaner hopped on Facebook for a quick livestream, during which he broke the news to fans.
I'm still going to be playing in the Toronto Ultra tournament, but Doc is unfortunately not going to be. I'm assuming it has to do with his Twitch ban.
Of course, ZLaner is referring to Dr. Disrespect's abrupt and mysterious ban from Twitch, which occurred last summer and mystified fans and detractors alike. While he has since returned to streaming on YouTube, Dr. Disrespect has maintained that he has no idea why he was banned from Twitch, and claims that Twitch has declined to provide him with an explanation. Since then, other Twitch streamers and fans have been worried that featuring Dr. Disrespect on their channels in any way could put them at risk for suspension.
I didn't do anything! I didn't do anything!
In fact, Twitch has changed its community guidelines within the last year to state, quote, "It is prohibited to use your channel to knowingly feature or advertise a suspended user." ZLaner seems to imply that this could be why Doc is not allowed to participate in the live-streamed tournament. According to ZLaner, he immediately sent Dr. Disrespect a private message to see if there was anything that could be done about the situation. ZLaner says that the Doc felt there was no way around the ban, and apparently expressed that he felt Toronto Ultra's decision was weird. Given Dr. Disrespect's tendency to speak his mind, it's likely that fans won't have to wait too long for him to weigh in on this latest ban.